1975 Stanley Cup final between Buffalo and Philly at the Odd in Buffalo.
I saw Dylan Guerin warming up before the game, and I mean, they're here 2 hours before the game, so he saw all this. And I said to him, I said, I hope you don't have to deal with that fog. And he says, me too.
Yeah, no kidding. Now,
and this has been a tough game for a goaltender to play in. And Dylan has not played in a fog. He's been sharp when called upon. It hasn't been that often, but you know, staying in the game mentally, he's shown he gets really high grades for being able to do that.
Shots 35-6 Canada after 2 periods of play. Meantime, in Piestany, 38-18. The shots for the Russians after 2 periods in a scoreless game.
2 goaltenders, and we saw it last year at the Hlinka Gretzky. Yaroslav Askarov for Russia and Jesper Wallstedt for Sweden. They were 16-year-olds last year.
Right.
We saw Russia win the bronze and Sweden lose in the gold medal match to Canada, taking home the silver, but both very, very good young goaltenders. I talked about Askarov being the best goalie I've seen coming into a draft since Carey Price. Jesper Wallstedt isn't eligible until the 2021 draft because he has a birth date after September 15, 2002. But 2 elite goaltenders that are showing that it's really difficult to score on them in Piestany.
5-on-5 to open this 3rd period. A 6-0 lead for Canada. Cole Perfetti 2 goals and an assist in that middle period for the Canadians. And Byfield looming large in the rearview mirror of Noah Delmont.
That would be the apt description because Byfield is 6'4.5" and Delmont is 5'9".
And we talked in the 2nd period, Craig, as sort of plays for Lapierre. Lapierre centers it, and Patton knocked that away. About players like DeBrincat and others who have prospered as goal scorers at a smaller size, but if you get the scoring in a big package, that's... Sabrango drops it back for Lapierre. He was knocked down hard. They got built into by Kevin Lindemann, and they're going to call a tripping penalty, I believe, on Lindemann.
That didn't appear to be a tripping play. Oh, they're going to call it on Lapierre.
Yeah, Lapierre's going off.
So Hendrix Lapierre takes the hit here. Yeah, that's a clean hit. Oh, then the stick catches. Yeah, there it is right there. No question about it.
So the Swiss get their 4th power play of the game. Canada's had the best chances on their man advantage. Farney plays it back in the corner for Van Almen. Van Almen back at the point. That long shot taken by Bottini is knocked away by Guerin.
That's a nice save by Guerin, just getting himself into the right position, tracking the puck, and getting the stick on it to get it out of harm's way.
Simon Kanak throws that back at the point for Van Almen. And now Hunt back for it. Kanak would be Switzerland's best player in all likelihood. He and Delmont, number 6 of the 2 most watched players by the scouts here.
No question, and they'll be the players watched closely in Portland for Kanak, in the case of Delmont and Acadie Bathurst in the Quebec League.
Both eligible for the 2020 NHL draft.
I was saying earlier about Switzerland, you don't have enough skill, you don't have enough speed and quickness. When you get into the offensive zone, it's almost just shoot the puck at the net. At least try to get the defenders turned around a little bit. You try to make plays that you don't have the capability to make and you're getting pressured. Not a recipe for success. Just shoot it right now.
Chantal walks across, trying to pass the puck into the net.
But they can't make plays. They don't have the skill to make plays like that. So just shoot it. Try to get some rebounds or deflections. You got to realize what you are. At the 2016 World Junior Championships, Jukka Jalonen had high-powered offense.
There's a penalty coming now to Sabrango. just as the penalty to Lapierre expired, and so Canada's going to be shorthanded again as the trip goes against Sabrango.
Yeah, quick play in the neutral zone, and Switzerland skating, and Sabrango just can't corral the puck, and he reaches back, and there's the trip right there. Offer. But just quickly back to Jukka Jalonen. I mean, they had that high-powered offense with the Finnish junior team that won the gold. Well, now Jukka Jalonen comes to the World Championships here in Slovakia in May. Very different type of team. He doesn't have the, and they played accordingly. So it's great to say you have this great power player, you have this great design. Another penalty coming up to Canada.
That's a slash.
Gooley.
And so that's going to set up a two-man advantage for the Swiss for 1 minute and 51 seconds.
Yep. Kate Gooley ends up on the wrong side. There's the slash right there, no question about it. Canada trying to pressure, but you know, it's great to have all these great designs, but if you don't have the playing personnel to execute them, you got to do things different. Jukka Jalonen just showed that in spades from the World Junior in 2016 to the World Championships in 2019, emerging as the champions of both tournaments.
We're 5 minutes into the third period in Piestany. There is still no score. The old Swedish rope-a-dope.
I'm not surprised by that with the two goaltenders in there.
So a 5-on-3 for the Swiss. Canada is 10 for 10 killing penalties so far in the tournament. Worked in now by Chanton. Drops it back to Noah Meyer. Meyer feeds across. This is DeRungs. Back to Meyer. Canuck is parked in front. Meyer drops it back, and the pass misfires for Chanton. Giancarlo Chanton plays for Niagara, or will play for Niagara in the Ontario League. Moves it ahead for Canuck. 45 seconds to go on the first Canadian penalty to Donovan Sabrango. And Bourque fires that down the ice.
No shots on goal so far.
Louis Robin winds his way in. And O'Rourke stays with him. Hunt on it. And Dufay works that free. Delmont takes the return pass. Delmont in, shoots, that goes wide. And Van Almen with it. The Canadian net is off with 1 second to go in the first Canadian penalty.
1 minute and 50 seconds they've had on the power play. Two-man advantage. 0 shots on goal. 0. And not even threatening. I mean, that shot this there by Delmont, I mean, it's a weak shot wide. Thoroughly overmatched Swiss team here versus Canada.
Versus a really good Canadian team.
Yes,
now,
it is.
It's early, just the second game, but you've been coming to this tournament for years. You've seen some powerhouse teams here. Canada's won gold 11 of the last 12 years.
This is a team that, no question in my mind, can compete for the gold medal here once again. They have all the elements. They have the depth, they have the steadiness throughout their lineup. Good blue liners. Goaltending looks very solid. Doesn't look very solid, is very solid.
Canada has survived a couple of 5-on-3s in the tournament. One against Finland, one against the Swiss now. It remains a 6-0 lead for Canada. Tomorrow night, the Czechs.
And in this pool, I mean, if you want to get Canada in somewhat of...
Cooley drops it back. And Greg was dropped as he shot the puck.
In any type of a vulnerable or compromised situation, you're going to have to make them pay on the power play.
Here comes Foudy with some room to operate. Jean-Luc Foudy streaking across the line. Shakes off the check of Lindemann. And the puck goes over the glass and out of play. 6-0 Canada leads here, day 2 of the 2019 Hlinka Gretzky Cup. 6-0 Canada leads here. No score in Piastany between Sweden and Russia. Slovakia will play the United States there later on. The Slovaks actually gave the Swedes a pretty good test last night. And here the Czechs will play the Finns.
It's an important game for both those teams, right, because whoever loses will find themselves on the outside looking.
Barring an unexpected result. Bork to McLennan. Down to Rochette, a centering pass for Bork. Now McLennan knocks the puck free. Cormier. Shot goes off the foot of McLennan. Now a centering pass, tipped right on. McLennan turned to Patno, throws it back in front. And the bouncing puck held by Bork. Bork drops it back from McLennan. The pass is picked off, and Stefano Bottini brings it back the other way. Most of these Swiss players play for both under 18 and under 20 teams in the Swiss league. They'll bounce back and forth. That pass is picked up by Lapierre. Lapierre centers it. Oh, what a chance there for Perfetti. Turned away on the hat trick bid. Perfetti again shoots. Patno makes the stop, knocked the net off again. Perfetti was robbed yesterday in the third period against the Finns on a hat trick bid, and again misses out in his third this afternoon.
In the same exact spot. There it is right there on the glove. Blomqvist for Finland made the great save. Here's the play in tight there. McLennan can't get his hand on the stick on the puck. Cormier trying, but Patno's been outstanding in this game. There's no question he's the player of the game for Switzerland.
Chance the net comes off. They're going to call the goal. As the net came off, Lapierre scores, and it's 7-0. Henrik Lapierre has his first. Second, pardon me. Scored late in the first period as well.
Here it is, right off the face-off. Switzerland wins the puck, but good play by Sorda. And, you know, Sorda puts pressure on the puck, and then he spots Hendrix Lapierre, who's wide open.
Now the Swiss net was off. There's no video review here, but
looked like it was right in the middle of the net. I mean, sometimes the net comes off, and the referee was very decisive in saying that's a goal.
So Hendrix Lapierre, native of Gatineau, who plays for Chicoutimi in the Quebec League. Seven, 0 Canada. And Neighbors in shoots. That was blocked. Loose again for Jarvis. That's blocked as well. And Drysdale pokes it ahead. So Brango knocks it ahead. So 3 days of round robin play will wrap up tomorrow. A day off Thursday. The semifinals are Friday rather. The bronze and gold medal games are on Saturday. So Friday evening are the two semifinal games. And the Russians await on the other side, but still waiting for a goal to be scored there. Halfway through the third period. Still no score between the Swedes and the Russians. Coming up on 60 shots between the two teams in that game. 2/3 of them for the Russians. Lucas Cormier skates away from Mike Zauk. Now Lapierre has it back. Hendrix Lapierre drops that off for Perfetti. Did he get that elusive hat trick? Lapierre centers it, sort of with a chance. Loose puck. And Patno pounces on that.
Gord, you watch, cover lots of NHL games. And you got to be able to make plays in small areas. You got to be able to get the puck through skates, under sticks. Lapierre makes an excellent play here to sort of He just gets the puck corralled, and look at that, just in perfect position where Sorda can try to get his hands into a scoring position, gets a shot off. Good save by Patno.
And you also have to be able to make them in tight and quickly.
Absolutely. So, you know, we talk about scouting. That's what you're looking for. If you can't do things quickly at this level, you can forget about doing it at the National League.
7-0 Canada leads here in Breclav. Just underway here in Breclav in the Czech Republic. Cooley with it. We welcome you wherever you're watching across the country today. Day 2 of the Hlinka Gretzky Cup. Last year played in Edmonton and Red Deer. This year in Piastany and Breclav. As Cooley moves in, Will Cooley had that poked away. And Foudy taken down. It's going to be a penalty against the Swiss as Morris Maurer goes off, and Canada's going back to the power play.
Well, here's the play. Foudy gets body position, and Maurer takes him down.
Plays for the Bern under-17 team and the organization of the team that operates one of the best programs in Europe. 16,000-seat building is full every night.
We've had a breakthrough at Piastany.
We have?
Russia has scored on the power play. Less than 10 minutes left in the third period there.
So now the Swedes will have to open it up. In comes Jarvis. You know, the one thing the Russians haven't had at recent World Junior Championship is really good goaltending. They haven't really had a dominant goaltender. It's been a bit of a weak link for them in recent years, actually. Now Cooley in, shoots, scores! Will Cooley a power play goal, and it's 8-0.
Okay, question for you, Gordon.
Yes?
What NHL teams don't like big wingers that can score goals and establish a presence in front of the net?
So you're saying a guy who's 6'2", 200, who scored 26 goals as a 16-year-old in Windsor? So what teams wouldn't like that? I can't think of one.
I can't either. Will Cooley showing it off right there. I mean that ability, excellent hands, and he can score from distance, and he's really good around the net too.
Second of the tournament for him. He was acquired by Windsor from Peterborough for 9 draft picks. We mentioned the last of which comes in 2024. So when that trade was made last summer, the player they'll get in 2024 was 10 years old.
So that would be Adam Hawk.
Yeah.
Oh, that might even be.
Yeah, it's Adam, isn't it?
Pee Wee's 11 and 12.
Yeah.
So what's 9 and 10?
Adam, yeah.
Wow.
So, but Canada's putting up some goals. Perfetti's got a couple. And here's Perfetti's second period.
Yeah, not bad. Just magnificent. And, you know, when you can score in multiple ways like Cole Perfetti can, that just makes it even more difficult for opponents to defend against you. Because they're not a one-trick pony. I can say, there's certain things you can say with certainty. Cole Perfetti will be sitting at the Bell Center in Montreal at the 2020 NHL Draft, and he won't have to wait very long to hear his name called.
He's 5'10", 177. Another Cole had to wait longer than people thought. Cole Caulfield picked by Montreal. He dropped a little bit, but maybe went later than people thought, given his goal-scoring resume.
Now we talk about Will Cooley.
That bouncing puck is gloved by Patno. He'll hang on.
The big man, and you know, regardless of how well you score or what you project as a goal scorer, there's still at times teams that are going to look at the player's height and feel that, you know what, it's going to be more difficult to do that in the NHL than if you were bigger. And we talked about Alex DeBrincat. He scored 53 straight years, 40 last year with the Chicago Blackhawks. Nowhere in the guidebook on what a goal scorer needs to do to be really good is height listed.
by Fabian Ritzman.
So let me go through that guidebook on goal scoring. Number one, you need to get to the right places at the right times. It's mandatory. Number two, you got to be able to take tough pucks. Pucks aren't always going to be in your wheelhouse. They're not always going to be clean or flat. You got to be able to handle them and maneuver them in multiple ways.
There's your brother Todd. We call him the smart butt.
The brains in the family.
But you know, you think about he's the chief scout for Calgary. You know, Johnny Gaudreau lasted a long time in the NHL draft.
Fourth round
pick to Calgary, despite putting up gigantic numbers wherever he played.
That's exactly right. So let me just continue with goals. So number three, you got to be able to break down obstacles in front of you. Defenders trying to get out in the shooting lanes, block shots, get their stick on it. And then number four, get it past the goaltender, right? Where does height come into that? I see a lot of big players that can't do that.
Lapierre for Sorta back in front, and somehow Patno got the blocker on that. And once again, the hat-trick bit of Cole Perfetti is turned away by a great save. And Patno dives on that in front of Perfetti, who cannot believe that he can't get a trick.
Well, when you interview him after the game, you're going to have to ask him if he's really interested in scoring a hat-trick. Really good little play in the middle, but here he is following the play. Right places at the right times.
Took the butt end of the stick.
Yep, that's what it hit, didn't it? The glove on the one chance earlier, and then the butt end of the stick there.
Rungs moves across the line now for the Swiss. That's poked away. And in comes Neighbors with Byfield. The trailer Jarvis. Neighbors to Jarvis. He shoots. That was tipped wide by Chanton. Now stolen by Jarvis. Works it and shoots at the goalpost. And the puck goes over the glass and out of play.
Well, Jarvis steps in. This is a giveaway. Jarvis wires it off the top part of the bar. Here's Neighbors earlier. Stepping in. That one ends up and over.
Cooley. Pokes out around. He gets tied up. And now Foudy on it. Foudy bowls his way to the front. That's knocked away from Gray. Zhao was rink wide to Canuck. He's poke checked, and Cooley sends it ahead to Foudy. Jean-Luc Foudy, a centering pass. It's poked away by Patno. Foudy back with it. Once again, Patno's lost his goal stick. And we got a penalty coming for too many men to the Swiss. We're back after this. Swiss goaltender Noah Patno's been called for interference, actually, for throwing his stick at a puck. So Canada's back on the power play. And here's Jarvis with it. Lost the puck for a moment. It's knocked away by Zhao. So a player on the ice had to serve it. Just over 5 to go here in the third period. Here's Jarvis with it. Feeds it back. Cormier with it. Shot, pad save by Patno. Jarvis tries to swing that back. Cormier. Long shot is blocked. And Cormier plays it back around. This is Cooley with it. Off the bench, having to retreat there. Australian defenseman Jamie Drysdale knocked away that shorthanded bid, and back comes Canada the other way. Jarvis to Byfield. Byfield shoots. He whistled that wide. 45 seconds ago in the Swiss penalty, rather. Drysdale walks the line, kept it onside, and pokes it across to Lapierre. Nifty move by Hendricks Lapierre there. Flips it back to Drysdale, feeds it back down to Byfield. That shot tapped wide by Gray. LaPierre for Perfetti. Perfetti. Back to Drysdale. Perfetti to the goal mouth. Byfield tried to pull it back across and tip that wide. LaPierre. Perfetti works in. Perfetti shoots, and once again a save made by Pageau. Greg knocks it down, feeds it back in front. LaPierre stopped, and then Byfield throws that wide as once again Pageau lost his goal stick. Byfield winds in, centers it, and LaPierre can't tap that home. Here's Greg with it now. Perfetti centers for LaPierre, shoots. Here's Byfield back with it. Greg. Back across, that's tipped up and out of play by Chandon. It's like somebody buttered Pageau's goal stick. He looks exhausted.
No, he has to be exhausted. It's hot. He's faced a barrage of grade AAA scoring chances. There's Drysdale. And then quick hands by LaPierre inside the blue line. The confidence that they display. Very impressive group of skilled players for Team Canada.
Weisblatt throws that towards the goal. It's off the stick, up and out of play.
And it's 8-0 for Canada. Without Pageau, it's 20. There's 20 on the board.
Pretty good.
Yes, he has been.
But again, to make the point about Switzerland, so the World Junior is an age-out tournament. So for the most part, you have 19, 18, 17-year-old players. The window in a tournament like this is even tighter. This is 17, primarily 17 and 16-year-old players. Smaller countries like Switzerland don't have the depth in one age group. They've got players like Canuck. They've got 6 guys going to play in North America, but very hard for them to put together a competitive team when you narrow it that much.
You're so right. And then you start to consider where they're at physically.
Right.
You know, at those ages. And all kids, another penalty coming up here to Switzerland.
Bork plays it down to McLennan. Off the bench comes Cooley. Across to Sabrango. 2 minutes ago in the third period, Canada an 8-0 lead. 14-0 the cumulative score for Canada in 2 games so far. A slashing call comes to the Swiss.
Noah Delmont. We were talking, here's the penalty here. Maverick Bork turns and a couple of slashes. Catches the attention of the referee.
Noah Delmont, we mentioned the 3rd overall pick in the CHL's import draft. Played in the IHF under-18 tournament last spring. Had 19 points in 35 games last year playing in the under-20 league as a 16-year-old in Switzerland. Jarvis with it. And Cooley works in. That's knocked down and backhanded to the line, but not out by Von Allen. Cooley tries to take that return pass. And Poirier knocks it down.
You know, Switzerland can put together, at this age group, they get 8 players that can match the requisite skill of their opponent here against Canada. Well, not the requisite, but have a chance. But when you got 12 other players that are in over their heads, just no chance.
Cormier centered it, goes wide. Now again, at the World Championship, Switzerland's had some real good results. They've got a really good talent pool, but that's not age limited.
Nico Hischier played for Switzerland at the U18 tournament as a 15. Right. And that speaks exactly to your point.
Kevin Fiala played in the under-18, the World Junior, and the World Championship in 1 year. They just don't have the depth.
Yeah.
But they're coming, and they're producing more and more good players.
They are.
Jarvis winds his way in. Time winds down here in the period. Jarvis swings it back across. Up here to Jarvis. Oh, what a stop by Patnaud as time expires to take one away from Jarvis, and his Swiss teammates come over and congratulate the netminder, who at the horn makes a terrific glove save.
I mean, you talk about not stopping competing right to the final horn. I mean, there it is right there. There's Seth Jarvis going, I can't believe that one. But Patnaud has competed the entire game, and he never stopped right until the final buzzer went. Clearly the star of the game for Team Switzerland. Yep, Seth, he just got there and just didn't stop right to the end to make sure you couldn't score.
The best player of this game between Canada
So we'll get the
and Switzerland.
Players of the game for Canada and Switzerland.
Brett McGill, hlavní scout hokeje Canada. The prizes are presented by Mr. Brett McHugh, Hockey Canada head
Brad
scout.
McHugh, the chief scout for Hockey Canada, will present the Player of the
Nejlepším
Game
hráčem
awards.
týmu Švýcarska byl vyhlášen hráč číslo. The best player of Team Switzerland is player number 17, Kevin Lindemann.
I have no idea who picked the star of this and what they were watching, but there was only one
Nejlepším
star
hráčem
for
týmu
Switzerland.
Kanady
It's
byl
normally
zvolen
team
hráč.
management that picks it,
The
so
best player of Team Canada is player
shocking it
number
wasn't Patnaud.
21, Cole Perfetti.
Cole Perfetti, at some point, is going to score a hat trick. He will get one again, but he's 0 for 2 so far in this tournament. 2 early goals in each game, and then just can't get that third one to go.
Some glorious chances. Patnaud robbing him a few times. There's your star of the game, no question about it. Wasn't even close. Competing right to the end. It's a travesty that they didn't select him as the player of the game. It really is. There's no other way to put it. It's one thing to get beat 8-0, but recognize the guy that was so superb in the net.